Good morning, all the Keller people from Naples and Marco. Today is a command overview, navigating your command database and how you need to enter contacts and interact with your contacts. All right, let's go ahead. So I think everyone has logged into command, I hope. All right, so I'll give a brief overview of all of the little tricks so you can get started in command. Every morning, your daily dashboard is sitting here under tasks. So it's kind of like a little ritual every morning. You'll be coming in and all your tasks will be right here. So if there's a call that you have to make, it'll be here. If there's a touch task, maybe having coffee with someone, will all be in here based on smart plans that require calls and or also any if you have automated texting through Twilio will go out automatically. So that is the major thing every morning. Just make sure you do that. Every dashboard's a little different. You can customize the home. I always put product updates at the top so you can kind of see what's new in command. We have new enhancements to the bulk action tool. So that's good, and I'll show you that in a minute. You have your yearly goals. If you set your yearly goals, you can set your yearly goals in reporting on the right or left. I'll show you that in a bit. And then we have a database health score. This is a demo account. So it has a score of 73.9. That's a pretty decent score. And that's based on how many contact information you have. So I'll show you how to get as high as a score as you can. Everyone should be using Chrome as their main browser, okay? Chrome is the preferred browser for command, more for design, library, and creating web pages and landing pages. Just playing with contacts, you can be in pretty much any browser, but the most recommended one is Chrome. All right, so the first thing I like to show everyone is in the upper left corner. Before you learn all of these toggles, you can hover over them and get their name, but you can always click that box, the red box in the upper left, and it'll show you all of your toggles. We have command to the right, and we have connect. Connect, I'll show it another time. Connect is your profile that is in the referral network, referrals, and also anything inter-Keller. There's also some training there. I'm going to open this in a new tab. It's an image. I'll see if it opens there. All right. So I can show that in a minute. And nope, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to click it and do this. All right. Now I can go back. All right. I'll show you in Connect in a moment. If you hover all the way to the right, as you get closer to your name and your headshot, we have the marketplace. Those are where you'll find add-on tools to command. There's a few in particular. Let me see, open link in new tab. And then we have a bell. I'll show you the marketplace in a moment. Then we have a bell. Any notifications that have come in, lead notifications, will come in through here. And also your KW command app, as well as Kelly. So make sure you have notifications turned on your app. And you'll find that at your whatever preferred app vendor is for your mobile device. Then we have your name with the drop down in settings. We're going to get into that in just a second. And then the question mark in the corner is a support code. Let's see, support. So help and information is there. You can find guided tours. If you're brand new to command, you will see guided tours on each new page you go to. You got the Keller Williams University, chat with support. That'll bring you to answers.kw.com, and then post an idea. So if there's something in command that you'd like to see, you can post an idea and that'll bring you to ideas.kw.com. You can add the idea and people will vote on it. And the more votes, like this one here, video capability is coming into Command, as well as transaction summary pages in PDF format. And to draw, all these three here have been added to Command based on the votes. So anytime you want anything added, just write it in the right verbiage when you add a new idea and have people in your market center or both market centers vote. And if you vote more, you need about close to 1,000 to get these added. So we'll reach out to as many people as we can. Let me go back to Command. So the 2 or 3 websites you can navigate from here. So answers.kw.com and ideas.kw.com. So one is for support, answers is support, and ideas are for new items coming. All right, so I'm going to go to where your headshot and name should be. And this profile is the same as your Connect profile. We're going to actually go to settings today. I just want to make sure everyone's backdoor settings are set and correct. So here's the backdoor of Command. Now, DocuSign, if you haven't connected it, we can go ahead and connect that before the DocuSign class. You'll just follow the prompts. If you're going to be using Facebook posts, you need to log in with your Facebook username and password and follow the prompts. Allow the Keller Williams API to go ahead and use Facebook as a marketing tool. Porch, if you don't see Porch, I'll show you where to get it in the marketplace. Porch is a repair estimate based on local vendors, local pricing for repairs, and it will be based off of your inspection report. And you will then be able to send that to you. Well, they'll send it on your behalf to your seller and or buyer, depending on typically buyer. But sometimes sellers have an inspection report done so they can know exactly how much they might be looking at repairs. So we have 2 Facebooks. Then we have Facebook Ads Manager. This is for paid ads. So you'll have to log into both. It will be your personal account that you're logged in as. However, when you post, it'll post to your business page. All right. If you want to use Twitter, you can connect that also. This next productivity, this is for your Google Calendar, Gmail, Office 365. So when you're in Chrome, if you do connect your Gmail calendar, it will sync into events that happen into Command and pop on your calendar in Google Calendar. And in Gmail. So any emails that you get replied to, not sent out, but replied to on a contact card, you'll be able to click that email on the person's timeline and open that email. So I usually have these connected, but this is a demo account. My personal account is connected. Office 365, I had connected on my personal account. And with any contact that I had in my database that I've emailed, even before I became a real estate agent, I saw that it pulled into the timeline emails that I had sent all the way in 2000. So it is a smart API. It does know where to retrieve data based on the person's email address. So the reason I disconnected it is because I had a lot of minutia and just non-relevant emails. So it will pull any contacts emails into their contact card, like I said, and it'll show you how far back it goes. Now we have also the second Facebook would be down here under marketing automation. This is for Twitter's ad manager. So Twitter ads, the paid ads, you will have to create a Twitter ads manager account if you're going to use paid ads on Twitter. I have not found Twitter to be as great of a lead source as Facebook. And you can also use Instagram for running ads without having an Instagram account, but we are bringing Instagram into the connection here shortly. probably by family reunion. Same with Google AdWords. I don't really use Google AdWords. I did in the past, but since we're not a giant metroplex, most of the Google AdWords are very common and the same for many real estate agents. So again, that's going to be up to you if Google AdWords is something that is right for you. Command mail is automatically connected as it's your default, and it works at a super high level. You get 5,000 emails per month. That's how your neighborhood nurtures are sent out, and I'll get into what a neighborhood nurture is in a moment. MailChimp, it is free for one email campaign per week just to get the metrics. So how many clicks, how many click-throughs, how many opens, etc. So I use Command Mail personally. Some people do like MailChimp. So that'll be something that's up to the individual. And then Twilio. Twilio is an automated texting service that's got a forwarding number. So you will be able to interact through Twilio, automated smart plan texting, and you'll also be able to use the app with Twilio now for sending out direct text or automated text. Now, I'm an Apple person, so I just send everything through my computer. So that's how I like to do that. So it's up to you. Texting might become a little bit of a legal nightmare, but not a huge nightmare. We just got to know the ins and outs of who you're texting and do you have permission to text this person. Okay, so this is all of your built-in products to Command, and you can add some additional. Notice on the top, it says more integrations. That's in the marketplace. So if you were to connect more apps, it would take you to the marketplace. I just have to move one thing. Here we go. So this is the marketplace. You can see that we have Twilio here, and this is where you'll set up your account if you're going to use Twilio. You'll have to pick a phone number that you'd like to use. I like to go to all products. There's a couple ones that everyone probably is going to like using. First, if I go to scale your business and I go to data synchronization, I believe, yes. All right, so there is a new integration from API Nation for bringing context into your database. So if you use, let's say, listing to leads, it's $10 a month. Any leads you get through listing to leads will go automatically through command to command and back to listing to leads. I'm more interested in the next page. Here we go. So we do have Outlook with Command. We have iCloud with Command. They are free up until the end of October, I believe. And we have .loop and MailChimp, Follow Up Boss, Lion Desk. Here's your Facebook. So any Facebook leads that come in, you can sign up to have it integrated. So they automatically, the contacts go into your system, your database. Same for all of the additional, if you're using Boomtown, you can connect that, Constant Contact, BombBomb, etc. Let's see, and my KW France, I'm not sure, that is an international. So for most of us, the Google Contacts or the iCloud and or Outlook will be the ones you would like to use. Say you're an iPhone user, you would just click view details. And let me see here. So you would buy it, even though it's free, you just need a credit card on file. And let me just zoom in. So when you do connect this, it'll ask you your iCloud contacts, how you'd like to sync it back and forth, correct? So here's an address. So command, any address in iCloud will go to command. Any contact in command will also go back to iCloud. Same for country, city, state, zip code, phone number, first name, last name. You can turn some of these off. You don't have to use every one of them, but the more information, the better. And then on the next page, you will see step 2, what your account is in iCloud. So you'll put your iCloud address, click next, and then it'll ask you to review settings. So here is sync all contacts, or do not overwrite information in KW command fields, only add information into blank fields. Pretty self-explanatory. So you can sync all contacts on first run from iCloud. And what would you like to sync? So sync KW command to iCloud, sync iCloud to command. And if you're not using any PySync anymore, make sure if you do have PySync connected to disconnect that. And it's just asking here that you are confirming that information from PySync. And let's see, so here is how it would look like from inside your API Nation account. Whatever's active, you can turn them on and off as needed. And let's see here. So let's just go and let me make sure. So it's a little redundant, but you can get all the information you pretty much want in there. Let's go here. All right, your iCloud contact account and your filters. You can add specified rules. I would keep it simple. Just get your first name, last name, address, email, phone number, and that's about it. Then we can tag them in bulk. And I'll show you the tagging here in a second. But this is going to save you a lot of time if you have integrated this, because you'll have a database on day one. So, okay, that's all good. That is one of the, I would take advantage of that product. I'm going to do a specified class on just that, so you guys can get all of that into your systems. I'm going to go back to all products because there's a couple other, Homekeeper, and it's PR, not PER. So you can get Homekeeper account. That's one that I would suggest, and Porch. So I would go ahead and get Homekeeper, Porch. Those are free, as well as use the API integration that is specific to you and your product or your phone mobile device. All right, so let's go back one more. So I'm still on the settings. General settings, there's really nothing there because this is your general settings. Command settings, so applications, we just went over the applications. Contacts, you can check your contact archive. You can wipe your database. I do not recommend that. You can look at what tags you're using. Lead sources, so lead sources are going to be the types of leads that you might get something from Boomtown or Brivity or Circle Prospecting. So these are just basic fields that are in command. You can make custom fields, but pretty much all the fields are there that you really need, so don't worry there. Opportunity, the client updates. So the one thing about the opportunities is it will send a daily update. I would rather they go to a weekly update when I'm in the buyer seller process, because something doesn't happen every day. So it can get a little, I just rather send out my personal stuff, but you can go ahead and send daily updates and choose the time. Opportunity tags, I've not found a really huge reason for them yet. Opportunity archive. So an opportunity, I'm going to go through all this on the left, but opportunities are how you create your transaction from beginning to end and how to get paid. Reoccurring deductions, KW Cares. I hope that everyone does donate to some of these causes. They are tax write-offable. Reporting and logs. So logs, reporting, there's nothing in this account for reporting, but logs are your import and export logs. If you're using CSV files to import. Here's your marketing profile. So this is the one I want to go over next. This is a huge one here. I want everyone to make sure in their marketing profile that you have all of this information and below that's required to be filled out. After you fill out the required information, anything with a red star is required. If you're on a team, you would just go ahead and put that in there. If you don't have a team logo, it doesn't necessarily have to be a team logo. The reason I put a fish there is because it does appear on marketing material. And if you don't have a logo, it will be a placeholder. So I looked on Google Images and just found something like that. If you're a golfer, you could find golf clubs, a tennis player, but you can always make a logo also. So even though agent license isn't required, neither is your professional job title or designations. It's good to have something in there. This is newer, military affiliation. I would highly recommend it. Anyone that is active duty, retired, veteran, reserves, or even military spouses, go ahead and choose that so you can get into referral network with other military people of all the different branches. They also have other countries in here, so just not US, but other areas also. So you can go through the list after you select what you are and choose the appropriate field, and you would hit add when you're done. The bio is required. So if you don't have anything in there, you can put just something for now. There is a standard, default bio that everyone should have if they haven't changed it. Now, most of this information should be already set up with your Scott Leroy marketing questionnaire. Just make sure you have all of this info. If you don't know where to get, if you don't have the Market Center logos, I can show you where to get that. And you'll just go ahead and make sure all this information is set. The only legal footer text we really need is each office is independently owned and operated. Our local boards do not require legal footer links or legal footer images. Then you can put in your social medias. If you use them, I highly recommend that you have at least Facebook and Instagram and a YouTube. And then if you're using Google Analytics ID, you'll have to go into your account in Google Analytics and paste it into here and then hit save. And once you hit save, what I like to do anytime you do update any of this information, see here on the upper right, use this information to brand my agent's site. Well, it's more than just your agent's site. It is also marketing materials. So you'll just toggle this on and off. So when I toggle it off, I want to turn it back on. Notice that it's saying that I need all my compliance information, and you're acknowledging and continuing, and you'll have that updated in, I don't know, about an hour at most. You'll see the updated information come through. Let's see, this is more for, not for agents. Command MC is for something else. For everyone that's on a team, I know that there's been a few little hiccups, but if you started your team after the account's been set up, I'll be seeing all you Naples people on Thursday. I have figured out, well, I didn't figure out, I just saw that I figured out what the issue was with your dispensing of leads, and I'll let you guys know how you can redirect the leads from your contacts after you've set up your lead routing. And see, I don't even have lead routing on this account because it is not a team account. I'm in the process of getting a team account. So I've played with them, I just don't personally have one. So you pretty much have to set up your lead routing. I know that select all agents button wasn't working. So after you set up, maybe for now, say you have 2 or 3 people on your team, you'll set up those lead routes. And then when you go to the contacts, you can select all the contacts that you have already prior to setting up your lead routing. If they're already in your contacts before lead route setup, I should say, you will have to disseminate those leads to your team. And then any future leads coming in will then go to those team members. So if there's already contacts in there, we'll have to select them and send them to each person on the team. So that's the issue there. Let's see. So where to get your marketing? If you guys don't have it, the marketing profile for the market centers, which is right here. It does look a little scrunched in there, but don't worry, it'll be fine. So I'm just going to go, you can either go to connect and you can go command, click connect, and then click all the way to the right where it says welcome to your new connect, where it says kwconnect.com. You can click that. And let's see here under, where is it? Marketing, under resources, and scroll down to marketing. There it is, first tab. So logos and branding. And you'll scroll down just a little bit right here where it says KW Premier Properties. See the little search icon, and here. So for Marco 695, for Naples 913. So when you type in 913, you'll see here is the Naples Market Center. You want to go ahead and download the whole file. You'll get, you know, red, green, blue, whatever, cyan. You'll get 4 different options with reverse PNG, black, white. You'll want them all just for different marketing materials. That's where you'll find that, and then you can upload it. And so that is a little basic overview. Let me just show you Connect real quick. So here is Connect. This is a great resource for a lot of different things. I mean, we have a calendar of trainings upcoming, in-person material, the Connect live calendar, KW University, and answers.kw, additional resources, technology, command login, so you can get back command training, more resources, command your business, the marketplace, etc., referrals, communities, the different Kaler communities, sports and entertainment, luxury, land and homes, new homes, etc., and growth. This is more for leadership, but if you're interested in leadership, go ahead and check it out. Now you can go to your profile. This is a demo profile, so this is how its standard looks. This is Austin, so you'll want to update the photo just by clicking edit my profile, and you can go ahead and change any of the uploads. There's files, photos, banner image. Banner image should be at least 1200 pixels wide and about 400 tall, 450, and that's fine. Just fill out the service areas, bio, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And you'll turn on team profiles, memberships. You can choose which ones you want turned on, and then click update. But the most important thing today is, how do we get a good score for our contacts, and what are we going to do with them once we get them in? All right, so you can use API Nation to get everyone in from your phones, or you can do multiple things. If you have a spreadsheet of maybe another database that you've used in the past, you can go ahead and send it to Scott Leroy Marketing, and they'll upload it in your command. Let me just pull that up so you can see. I do like to take advantage of Scott Leroy's website as much as possible. So here we can see login for Scott Leroy KW Resources. And it's going to ask you for your market center number. So 695 Marco, 913 Naples. So 913, log in. All right, so this is what it would look like. Now that we're logged in, we can go to agent, let's see, support, under agent resources, support, and take advantage of free services. Free is good. Take advantage of free. So command setup is done through our market centers for you. And sometimes you have DocuSign done also. .loop if you're using .loop. Import database. That's the one you would want to use. And import database. So it takes up to 2 days. Typically it's done in 1. You will just fill out this form and or you can email your contacts over to support@Scott-Leroy. If you're unable to upload your contacts down here, you can just send it to this email here and make sure they have your command logging info if you send it through this. Otherwise, these are just basic fields and ask for your username and password, and then you can upload your file here, click I understand and submit. So that's another way to get your contacts into command. Let me just go back here. All right, so here is a command. So on contacts, this is what a contact fields do look like. Notice there is an import. If you're really good at CSV files, Excel, you can try to go ahead and import your own, but I do like Scott-Leroy or other resources. It will have this little walkthrough. But notice right here, the first thing is download. That is the template. So every time you do a download or an upload, you want to download this CSV file. You don't want to use the same one over and over again. It's very easy to break CSV. One cell, the whole shebang is done. So you can try. It's up to you. Leverage Scott-Leroy. All right, so let's see. We have a bunch of agents. I'm just going to show you what it looks like when you add a contact. So add a contact, upper right. There's a few things in here that are very important. So I'm going to just go ahead. The name obviously is important. And I'm just going to hit create. So I'm going to now hit search and I'm going to look for that contact. So here is that new contact. And notice it's 20% score. It's in the red for a reason, because anything under 50% is considered not enough information to really get what you want to get done with these individuals. So now I need to add some more information, or I could have added it all when I just did it. I just want to show you the individual fields so you can get up to 100%. So now if I'm in this screen, I can click that pencil next to the 3 dots. And so an email, obviously an email is going to be important. So I'll just put, test 111 or whatever at Gmail, since this is fictitious, and a phone number. So I'll just go ahead and use that phone number and change it. So hopefully it's not someone that I will call or text by accident. Lead source type. You could select from this list below, or if it's from another contact. Self-explanatory if you got a referral business from a previous contact. I'll leave it on this list and you can scroll down. Maybe you got this contact from another agent or Boomtown, Brivity. Maybe it's a previous buyer or a call-in or circle prospecting. I'm going to go down. There's a whole slew of different lead sources. I'm going to say that came from Facebook ad lead. Mark as a lead. So I only like marking people as leads if they've expressed buying or selling in at least the next 6 months. And sales pipeline, that could be someone that you've sold to in the past, so they're already in your pipeline, or you're currently doing a deal with. So now I'm going to get to tags next, but I'm going to hit save just so you guys can see that it should be 64%. So the lead source was 4%, the email, the phone number, and the name, 20, 20, and 20, that's 64. Notice when I do hover over the email that it is toggle, it is a hyperlinked email. So if you do click this, it'll generate an email to this customer through your native mail server, or if you're logged into Gmail. And so mine is defaulted to my native server on your computer. So that will open your native mail app. Okay, so I'm going to go back now and I'm going to add. This is the big one. So I'll mark it as a lead because it came from Facebook ads. All right, tags. Tags is probably next to a phone number and email. It might even be more important once you have those two in there, emails and phone numbers. Tags are important for navigating command and distributing marketing material or contacting contacts that are all the same type of, well, the same tags. So let's say this person has bought and this, so bought or a buyer, either or, maybe they're a husband, wife. And I'll show you that here in a second. Let's say they are sphere of influence. So SOI, sphere of influence. Now you don't have a sphere of influence, but notice if I untoggle off of there and I just click the white bar, if I need to make a custom tag, let's say I did an open house at OH, you would just start typing OH, and I did it at 1671 Orleans. So every open house lead that came from here, I would type it, then I would click underneath, create a new custom tag. I would select the color that I wanted, and then I would click add. That would create a new custom tag. I'm not going to do that at this time. So I'm just going to put, since I have SOI in there already, I'll select that. That is a custom tag. Everyone seems to forget add more information at this point. So add more information, additional contact info, preferred method of contact. Maybe this person prefers phone or text. You can choose one. You can add additional emails and phone numbers. They can have many. You can add 3, 4, 5, up to 3. So 4 total. Same with the phone number. The primary address, this is the second probably biggest importance of command for getting automated information about their local area, neighborhood, stats and real estate, etc., through a smart plan drip campaign that is a biweekly or neighborhood monthly or biweekly neighborhood nurture. And I'll go over smart plans quickly here in a bit. So I'll just put a hypothetical in, and there it is. So I'll say that is the address, same as mailing address, and then social media profile. So if you know their social media profile, so there's a little investigative work sometimes in all of this, but if this person came through as a Facebook lead, I would already have that in there. So I'll just say NJ 2022 is the Facebook URL when you log into their account. You can just copy the URL if you're in Facebook at the top and paste it here. And we also have about, so the about. Legal name, if they have a different legal name. Description, you might talk in here. Just some reminder points of, you don't see these people every day, so you might put some, reminders in here. Likes to fish, likes to boat. Look, you might even put the real estate they're looking for here. The last time you chatted, what you talked about, etc. Birthday, if you know the birthday, you can probably find it with a background check search, and I'll just pick that day. And if they purchased a home, I'll just hypothetically put a date for the purchase. And let's say they bought that a year ago, a little over a year ago. Okay, so notice we have relationships, and we had relationships all the way at the top here, add relationship. I personally don't like to add, when I hit add relationship, you can choose spouse, father, mother, son, etc., etc., etc. There's many different choices. So notice when I do add relationship, it says select or create contact. I would rather select the contact than create the contact. Say it's the spouse here. The reason I say that is because if I create the contact, it's only going to create the name. And that's it, no additional information. So I would rather have the other contact already in there and select not create. So let's say the other test account I had. So there's that test right there. And that's how I would prefer to do it. Have the contact card already filled out and then select the spouse, husband, wife, son, daughter, brother-in-law, etc. So selecting is going to be adding more information. So there is redundancies where they have the additional relationships down below, but it's the same. and then the company they work for. This, I should have 100%. There we go. And so I would select that, and job is, oops. And there we go. So now you can also put a custom fields if you needed to add anything custom top of mind that keeps you even more informed. I usually put all that field in the about under description. Now, if I hit save, I should have, oop, I missed one, 96. So what did I miss? I know what I missed. So 96 is still a great score. So 20, 20, name 20, email 20, phone 20, lead source 4, tag 4, primary address 20, social media is 4, about, oh, that's why birthday disappeared. It was birthday. So birthday. And now save. There, now we're at 100. Optimally, 100 is how you'd want this to appear, but not everyone's going to be able to find all that information. Now, based on the primary address, you'll see on the right that they subscribe to a neighborhood, Hideaway Beach, based on their primary address. Well, they've subscribed, but we haven't added them to a drip smart plan at this point yet. But any interaction you've had with this customer, any properties they've looked at on your website or on your app, as long as they're logged in, will appear here in the timeline. Opportunities is a deal, whether it's a buyer deal or a seller deal. Smart plans, I'm going to go over that in a second. Any contact tasks, call tasks, custom tasks will be here, or touch tasks. You can also put notes here, similar to in the contact card under description, and you can create a safe search. Now, I only really like creating a safe search for people in Command. They have added more descriptive keywords, but in Marco Island and even parts of Naples, in Marco, we use water indirect and water direct instead of bridges or no bridges. And we're one of the only MLSs in the country that uses water direct and water indirect. So if I have someone looking to look at only southern exposure water direct properties, they are going to get more than just water direct properties and more than southern. So anything over 6 months, I put them on a safe search in Command. Anything under 6 months, they're looking to buy or sell, more so buy, but maybe, yeah, buy more so. I put them on an MLS, hot sheet that gets directly to them. So let's say, hypothetically, we have the primary address. Notice there's an add neighborhood. Let's say they live up in Chicago, Chicago suburbs. So I'll put my old hometown there. All right, so that is where I grew up, and say they have a northern home and this is their southern home. So now what I'll get to send them every 2 weeks, it takes a second to load. When I preview this, you can copy the link and send it to them. You can preview it to see what it's going to look like when they receive it and how to get this to them. So you might get a referral out of this because you have their northern address. So this is going to show their neighborhood activity, what's for sale currently. And you can also go to the upper right and click neighborhood stats. They'll also get this information. So it'll show what's currently for sale, how many are pending, average price, price per square foot, days on market, and again, all your current stats. Sold stats, transit and commute. Well, we don't really have any here. You'll have some in Naples, of course. Your schools with the grades. Private schools are not graded. And any highlights based on Yelp, things to do, restaurant, groceries, nightlife. Well, Naples has some, we don't have any. Shopping, arts and entertainment, fitness. So that's kind of neat. And again, 20 homes for sale and on there, and additional neighborhood information with a contact card. Okay, so how do we get this out to them? We have to go to Smart Plans. So you can always click the red box, Smart Plans. So it'll go to my Smart Plans first. I have disconnected all my Smart Plans. Oh, I thought I did. How to find Smart Plans. So you might have this blank, and these are just some basic Smart Plans I've downloaded. Then it'll show your contacts, how many contacts are on those Smart Plans. So I have one connected here. Optimally, we want everyone on this monthly or bi-monthly or bi-weekly neighborhood Smart Plan. How do you find them? You go to the library tab next to my Smart Plans. And there's the featured 8. I would pretty much download, just click add Smart Plan to download any Smart Plans you're interested in. The top 8 are pretty popular, so I would just download all those. Dooley's Guide to Loving Clients. You can see that it shows how many downloads are there. The rating, you can rate them also. How many steps are there? How many duration, day duration, and touches. So if any of those are interesting to you, I would go ahead and add Smart Plan. The Keller Williams 10, go ahead and just add all of those. The bi-weekly is the second most used. The 8x8, the quarterly call, the midterm, those are all popular. 67,000 downloads on the bi-weekly, and there's one, the monthly is the only one that's higher download. So you have birthday follow-up, monthly, here's the monthly neighborhood. So if you hit add Smart Plan and you can't download it, it's already in your library. Open house follow-up, all good ones. And then we have the top rated underneath there. I mean, there are 1,171 Smart Plans. So let's say I needed to find a Smart Plan. Say I've got a phone number, but I'm missing an email for someone. I'll type in missing email. And there's a missing email. There's 28 of them. You can find the one that's probably the best for you. Marty Millen makes great Smart Plans. It's very basic. It's a one-step touch, and it's a one-step touch. So it's just going to go view steps, and you'll see it's a text that automates out, or you can just send it manually. If you send it manually, you have to go in and either write your own and put it in a Word document, or you'll have to edit the Smart Plan and copy and paste. The only thing you'll have to do is put the contact first name and your name in there if you're not using Twilio. Let's see, so there's plenty in here. The one thing I would recommend to you is you can always filter these Smart Plans in the upper next to Smart Plan name filter. You can go by duration. If you only wanted certain authors, how many touches, and how many agents using. Typically, I just go to the 5 and 4 stars and then filter. And then you'll see that it's still pretty high. So you can filter it down as much as you'd like. So the Smart Plans, let's see, I'm going to go back to that contact, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to add them to one of these Smart Plans. Test. And so this is the one I just created. Oh, I'll show you the bulk action tool. So say all these people might have come into an open house, or I want to add tags, or I want to add Smart Plans. So notice you don't see anything next to selected, but the minute I select one person, this bulk action toolbar comes up. So say I had 50 contacts, I would select that box that I wanted to add to a Smart Plan. I would check that upper box, pop down, and I would go down to add to Smart Plan. And then we'll see the Smart Plans you've downloaded. And then I can go to bi-weekly neighborhood nurture. And let's say I'm on bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, and that's the one I selected. This is how you could start all of them now, start on the following date, or you can stagger the start over the next few days for multiple people, maximum contacts per day. So let's say I did 2. There's only 2 that I selected, so it'll show 2. So it is intuitive. So start all now and confirm. That'll put them on the smart plan. I'll just hit confirm. And there we go. I'm going to uncheck that one and just use this person today. Confirm. But that's how the bulk action tool works. So now this guy, this test, will be on a smart plan. And if it's a fictitious email, it'll just say error ended in, it just ended because it's not a valid email. But notice under smart plans in the upper right timeline, it shows that there is one smart plan. It already ended because it didn't work, because the email is not a correct email. So this is how it will look. And the more information they keep looking and searching, and emails and communications will all be here on the right. If I go back to contacts, you can also select bulk adding of tags or removing tags, sending text messages, add to an email list. You can share copies with your team, or you can change account if you're in a team account. There is on Teams here also to send them as a lead to your specific people in your database. On the Teams, this account does not have that. Tasks, you can make custom-made tasks that are outside of smart plans just by clicking create task, and then you'll name the task. And once I name it, etc., priority high, describe it, date, hyperlink. I don't know why that would be in there. Associate contact. So you'd have to select a contact if it's a call. So it knows who you're talking about. I'll select associate contacts if it's a call. Now I can click call and follow up to open house. And then click create task. And now it'll show up on, it's due today. So if I go home, it should show me under tasks. Yes. So this is what it would look like whenever tasks are due. And say you want it done, you would just hit maybe answer, left voicemail, we talked, and a little description completed. Referrals, go ahead and definitely play with this. Get invites, grow your network, it's pretty easy. So anywhere you've lived in your previous lives, search for those cities and you're going to see a bunch of dots. That's production. These are all deals, Keller deals. So drop that down to market centers and select the market center of interest. And then on the right, you'll see all of the people in that market center. If I want to send an invite, I would just hit the head and shoulders with the plus. If I want to send a referral, it'll be done with the other up arrow. And this is pretty standard here. Buyer, seller, referral fee, acceptance deadline, in hours, the price point, notes to this agent, and select the contact from your database. That is the best option. And first, last name, that'll all populate from there. Database contact, as well as the address, desired location of purchasing or selling, phone numbers, that should all populate, and hit send. I'll hit cancel on this point. One other thing for running Facebook ads, so I'll just do Naples real quick. Naples, Florida. And I'm going to switch from market centers to referral patterns. And for running Facebook ads, I'm going to switch this to incoming or received. And you'll get a pretty good idea of where people are moving from to here. And you can target these areas. You can also Google affluent migration patterns, affluent cities, etc. Opportunities, I'm not going to get into it all today because that is the longest class. That's how you get paid at the table. Get all your contracts signed and e-signed and delivered to the market center. Campaigns, that's another class. This is how you're going to run Facebook ads, direct mail, emails, paid ads, create campaign. So here's your choices. And then we have quick posts. These are very simple to do as long as you have your Facebook connected just by hitting the little arrow in the bottom. So this is well, how much, what's a good sign to get? Good price for your home, a for sale sign with my name on it, etc. You can change the image. You can, this is a whole class in itself. I'm just giving an overview on command. The most important thing on the contacts is the tags, primary address. Reporting is reporting on a little bit of everything, whether it's your contact scores, your database health, goals, lead routing, emails sent, text and calls. So it'll show everything. That's just a metric. Design library, creating your listing presentation, emails, all kinds of flyers, everything is going to be in designs. That's additional class. Listings, so KWLS 2.0, your listings should appear. Any previous sales, current listings would appear here. You can also search the Keller Williams syndicate, the listing syndication for listings, but we also have MLS for that. And the last tab is everything consumer facing. So that is your landing pages, your websites, and your app. Again, this is a whole class in its own right. You can set up your app if you haven't done so already by going to Site App Settings in the upper right. And go to Learn More with Kelly Guides in the upper right also. I'll get the, and then we don't want to select the agent site, we want consumer settings. And then you'll hit continue, and it might make you leave the page, and you'll just go ahead and follow the prompts. Get started, next. And this is what it'll look like. App download. You can change the hero text. That's your app code. So you can put this hero text in here. It doesn't front face anyone at the moment, but it'll take over the verbiage on the left. I feel like I was just handed an easy button for real estate. So whatever you put here will be updated on marketing material. And then next, and since I already have featured listings set up, it won't let me go any further. You can turn featured listings on and follow the prompts. It'll be 2 more steps, a buyer and seller guide. Just follow them. On the seller guide, just make sure in the paragraph that Paul is replaced with your name. And that is about it. Again, today is just navigating your command database and contacts, how to get 100% contact score. It's pretty much just adding as much information as you can. Again, name, phone number, email, primary address, 20% each, that's 80%, and social media, birthday, home purchase anniversary, lead source, and job. That's how you get to 100. So those are all 4. I know that's a lot of info. I do have this being recorded, so I can disseminate this out on Facebook pages if you'd like. But if you guys have any questions, I'm sure you do have a lot. You can shoot, or we can follow up. Always you can reach me. Best way to reach me is via text. I get too many emails. Anthony Jordan, your Market Center Tech Trainer, 239-272-1506. Shoot me a text. I can get back to you sooner than later. I can remote in. And I'll be in Naples on Thursday and Friday. So I know, just get your databases going, add some contacts with tags and primary addresses. So if there's no questions, I'm going to sign out. I got a bunch of people here. So you guys have a wonderful day. It's always a pleasure. Again, thank you for coming. And I know it's a lot of info today. It's just an overview. See you guys on Thursday.